Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's me, Maris. It's Friday morning. That means the weekend's here. Yay. So before we actually get started with this, let's just do a little Palo Santo. Put a little positivity into our day. Oh, whoops, here. That way you can... Yeah, I gave up on the matches, okay? I'm like, they don't make matches like they used to. So here is some smudging for you. And some smudging for me. And then let's smudge our deck. Raziel. So I'm using the Angels from Atlantis deck. So do me a big favor today and love this video. Comment where you're watching from. Or anything you want to comment at all. And then share this video. Don't forget to like and follow me and all that kind of cool stuff. That way we can be friends. There's some cards that got some little twisty in it. So I'm like, ugh. And then after a while, you'll remember which cards are bent. Okay, so I'm using the Angels from Atlantis. Or Angels of Atlantis deck. It's an okay deck. Probably going to get griped out from the Angels. Not going, okay, I'm just okay. And I'm like, it's kind of like an outfit from Family Dollar, okay? It's just okay. Not implying anything at all. Okay, no. Okay, looks like those two are it. Alright, so, one of my favorite angels coming up. So, anyway, this is the Angels from Atlantis deck. And we are doing our weekend reading. I will be out. Actually, I'll probably be doing some lives. Never mind. So, I will not be in office Sunday afternoon through Tuesday afternoon. So, but let's take a look at our cards and see what the dealio is for the weekend. Okay, and no, that's not a glare. That's really how the card is. Well, that's a glare. Here, let's see if we can fix that glare. I'm not into the glares. Okay, it looks like I'm not going to be able to fix my glare on there, but this is the Archangel Uriel, and Uriel is bringing in a message about freedom. And what I pick up is more about I'm not going to say open borders, but open borders. I know that sounds really kind of strange, but it's kind of like when you finally have a bit of space and you feel like you can breathe. That's the gist, that's the vibe that I'm picking up when I'm looking at this particular card. So this is about finally being able to breathe. It's like when we've been kind of confined or closed in, we have a sense of almost choking. And this is that sense of being able to finally, I know how to fix this now, to be able to breathe through there. So that's that freedom card, the first card coming in. So this is talking about the energy. Let's look at our obstacles to this expansion. And I'm laughing because, it's kind of like, oh, we're expanding our space. We finally feel a little let loose and being able to, and then communion is talking about us coming back together. So that obstacle is on that, having that liberation or that freedom is that people are still going to be up in your cheese. And you're like, Maris, what do you mean by up in my cheese? That means so you said, oh, the kids are going away for the weekend. The husband or the spouse is going on a trip with, a family member, whatever, so everybody's going to be gone and you're going to be at home, right? And you're like, oh my God, I can finally enjoy the TV. I can eat what I want. I can do what I want. And you're going to find that the kids' trips got canceled. The spouse got sick. Everybody's at home, and you thought you were going to get some liberation and some freedom and to be able to enjoy your sacred space. That isn't going to happen. Not at all. So what is our help on this? Dreams. And it was like, regardless of the fact that you have everybody around you and in your space, unlike what you had designed or, had created for the weekend, guess what? You can still mind trip it. Those thoughts of freedom and liberation are still there. You can still have them. You're just going to experience them in a different way. You're going to experience them in a different way. One of the things that I think that it's kind of interesting is that a lot of times we'll talk about escape and, that we're feeling so confined and restricted to what we're doing and where we are. And we get this moment of freedom, and for whatever reason, we want to go back into that suffocation or that confinement, whatever. I don't think it's like a Stockholm syndrome. I think it's more of a comfort zone, and where you feel, and sometimes where, it's even though you don't feel alive, you feel alive, if that makes any sense for you. And one of the skills that my husband used to tell me is, because, it'd be like, I would complain about having a really stressful job. And this was back when I was in nursing. And my husband was just like, why are you always complaining about this really stressful job? Find something that you want to do. Well, I would take off for a couple of days or whatever, and I would be aching to go back. So I'm kind of like, So one skill that my husband or trick that my husband taught me back in the early days of our relationship is that he said, you know what, you can dream where you are. You can take a little daydream and roll with that. And so he sent me this picture. He was like, what do you really love? And I said, oh man, I'd love to be like out in the jungle by a waterfall, blah, 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 blah. You can hear the birds, you can hear this, you can hear that, and the wildlife. And so my husband sends me this picture. And in the picture, it's very, very vibrant of a waterfall with wildlife and blah, 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 blah in the middle of a jungle. And you can almost hear the noise or hear the jungle, hear the picture just by looking at it. Dreams, when I'm looking at this dreams, it's about having a point of focus to bring you back to your point of peace. Your point of that sacred space. So even though the plans don't work out for you having some sacred self-time, that you can utilize that third eye, you can utilize that mind, you can utilize your imagination and get yourself into that point of sacred space and release. That comfort, it's like, yeah, okay, so maybe I can't, maybe I can't have my little sacred space time, but I can take my mind there and allow that energy or that vibration to flow through. It was really cute. I don't even remember what movie was it? It was, Marry Me with J-Lo and Owen Wilson. And there's this time he's talking to his daughter and he tells her no electronics during dinner. And she's pointing to the TV and he says, Travel Channel, we're dining in other countries, something along that line. And I thought that was really kind of cute because that kind of fits in with Raziel's dream card there about, maybe we travel vicariously watching travel shows. All right, so the next card. So, where's this all leading us to? We're actually going to have a sense of balance with this. Believe it or not, we're going to have a sense of balance. We're going to have a sense of wellness. So, even though you were anticipating having sacred space and doing your own thing this weekend, and you have to kind of adapt your plans and work into a different rhythm with that, it's going to be okay because you're going to really enjoy this, and it's going to be time that brings you into a sense of wellness and balance and peace. I call this the metaphysical man. It's a Da Vinci's code there. So it's like regardless of whatever obstacle or whatever change in plans, everything is going to work out with some beautiful balance through there. And faith, I mean, this is, like faith in mankind, okay? Know that people are out there doing random acts of kindness, not for recognition, but just because. Have faith in humanity, because deep down, even though on the outside we may be rough or talk rough and, maybe a little hateful and cruel, but deep down inside, I believe that everybody has some beautiful, pure light. So keep that in mind. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Again, don't forget, love my video, comment something groovy, like my page, follow my page, share me, whatever, anything cool and groovy. Peace, love, harmony. I'll see you soon.